Thanks so much for joining us here today. Base Goggin with the Texas Public Interest Research Group. I'm here to tell you a little bit about which toys parents should avoid this holiday season. As Black Friday comes up, we annually release our Trouble in Toyland report, and here are this year's findings. First and foremost, we want to talk about slime. This is such a cool new product on the market. I wish it had been around with me. And unfortunately, what we're finding is that some of the homemade recipes have a toxic chemical called boron in them. Now, you may be familiar with the household cleaning item borax cleaners. That's where this boron is coming from. So, parents, a couple of things to make sure of. First, if you're going to make homemade slime, don't use borax cleaner. And second, if you're going to buy online, make sure it doesn't have that boron chemical compound. Because if it's not diluted properly, and God forbid one of your children were to ingest the slime, there could be some serious public health repercussions. The next thing that we're going to talk about is something that is a little different this year. So, toys like these are really fun, and I used to have a lot of them growing up. A lot of the little gun sounds and shooting sounds with my G.I. Joes, really used to love those as a kid. Unfortunately, some of these that we're making now have actually gotten to a point where they can injure a child's eardrum. So it can really slow down their oral development if they are played around them too closely or too loudly. So watch out for excessive noise toys. The second to last thing I want to show you is these balloons. Every year, balloons are far more dangerous to children than any other toy on the market. These are choking hazards. Now, one of the things that's important for parents to know is that if a toy can fit inside a toilet paper tube, that little cardboard tube that's there when you're done, that the men sometimes leave and don't put away, that thing is the thing that you got to use as your testing tool to see if it's a choking hazard or not. So you can see clearly this type of balloon would absolutely fit inside the toilet paper tube. Same with these types of balloons. And children are just putting these in their mouths. Now, what's important is that these have to be labeled properly, and not all of them are labeled smartly enough or prominently enough, especially online. We surveyed balloons across Amazon, and what we found is that only 85% of them weren't properly labeled with choking hazard warnings. So watch out. Remember, toilet paper tube, not safe. And lastly is a toy that we don't have up here today. It's about privacy. All these smart toys that are coming out are super cool. Again, I wish I had one when I was a kid, one that could talk back with me or respond to my voice commands. Unfortunately, some of these toys are recording your children and maintaining that data, and in some cases, even selling it off to a third party. That's a serious breach of your child's privacy, and it's against the law. So, a couple of things to remember about that. If it's a Bluetooth, if it has a microphone, check into it first. Make sure that they're not selling the data. Make sure that they're deleting that data the second that they don't need it anymore.